Hey YouTubers, so I'm in the garage again, yes the garage again, and look what I have. I have a big ass cigar. This is a Padron, I believe a Padron 3000 series, so yes, big ass cigar for life. Anyway, I also have some water right now, some water, and yeah, so I'm going to light this bad boy up right now. Ooh. Cigars are a lot stronger than pipes and also cigarettes. One sec. Sorry, I just spit. Wow, smoky. Damn. Damn. Whew. One sec. Ah, there we go. Had a spit again. One more light should do it. There we go. Get a sip of water. So, anyway, it's a Saturday afternoon right now. I am smoking a big ass cigar. It's a big ass cigar for life. Padron, yes, Padron series, 1000 series, 3000 series. Yeah, not a whole lot else to say. It's a nice day outside. It's a little chilly outside. Excuse me. Yeah, a little chilly outside. It's probably in the 50s right now, the 50s. Um, Kind of a nice day outside. Nice day to enjoy a cigar. The nice days are coming to an end because obviously we're in November now, and where I live in Massachusetts, it's starting to get cold. Pretty soon we're going to be getting pretty damn cold. So the really nice days like Halloween, for example, yeah, ween like your pecker, big ass pecker like the big ass cigar. Yeah, Halloween was a record high. I think it was like around 80 degrees, which is almost unheard of. But going forward, we're gonna start getting temperatures much more like typical this time of the year. This time of the year, temperatures are much more like the 40s, the 50s. And the morning time, the night time, the dead of night, it's supposed to be like in the 30s. So even the 20s. Because when you think about it, we don't have much of the year left. We only have the rest of November, which is about 28 days, because 30 days past September, April, June, and November. The rest have 31, except February, which has 28. And we have 28 days left in November. Then we have 31 days in December. And then it's 2025. So we have less than 60 days left of the year. So, I mean, we don't have much left of the year. Yeah. So, it's going to be starting to definitely get colder pretty soon. I can almost guarantee you of that. I mean, already in the morning time, like the really early morning, it's starting to get really cold, like, like 30 degrees, 35 degrees, etc., etc. So, that's one disadvantage to living in the Northeast is that you have to put up with the cold a lot of times throughout the year. If you live in Florida, where it's really, really warm, around this time of the year, it's still in like the 60s and 70s. But I've explained this numerous times throughout my channel. I would never want to live in Florida or live down south. And people might say, well, why? Why wouldn't you want to live down south? Don't you realize like tobacco prices are so much lower down south? Don't you realize tobacco regulations are so much more lenient down south? And that's true. That is true. The tobacco prices are a lot more lower down south, and also they have a lot more smoking lounges, and also the regulations are a lot more lenient. But the main reason I wouldn't want to live down south is, number one, I would never want to leave my home state. I would never want to leave my home state. I would never want to leave where I'm at right now, which is my apartment and also my parents' house. And also, I don't want to deal with, down south, you have all these bugs. Like, I there's something about, like, Florida, especially Florida. Like, no offense to people who live in Florida. No offense to people who live in Florida. But I've heard, like, the bugs in Florida can be unbearable. And I really don't like bugs. I really fucking hate bugs. Big ass bugs. You know, you got cockroaches, you got flies, you got mosquitoes, yeah, cockroaches, yeah, cock, pecker, dick, whatever. You know, you got, snakes and spiders. You got all these nasty, creepy crawlies. And it's like, they're fun to research. I love researching about them. But I mean, not really being around them. So that's part of the reason I wouldn't want to live down south. I mean, I've read research online that like 1 in 3 Florida homes throughout the year experience a problem with cockroaches. I cannot even fathom the idea of having cockroaches in my house. I've never had to deal with that, thankfully. Thankfully, my apartment doesn't have roaches, and we've never had a problem with that. And also, my parents' house has never had a problem with that. I can't even imagine. And the trade off of lower tobacco prices and lenient tobacco regulations versus dealing with bugs and dealing with hot weather, it doesn't. The benefits don't outweigh the negatives. So, um, yeah, it's not something that really appeals to me. Living down south, and also, let's just say certain viewpoints of my own are different than viewpoints down south. Not into politics, that kind of bullshit, but certain viewpoints of mine are different than people down south for the most part, and certain religious points are different. So, yeah, so that's why I wouldn't want to live down south, even though but there's a trade off. There's a trade off, up here in Massachusetts, or Massachusetts, we have to deal with a lot of shit, a lot of shit in general, we have to deal with snow, ice, we have to deal with, blizzards, we have to deal with, cold weather, and a lot of people that would drive them up the wall. Having to shovel snow, having to scrape ice off their car, having to, salt the driveways with salt, rock salt, not cock salt, but rock salt. Yeah, rock cock, pecker not pepper, corn not porn, deck not dick, store not whore, merc not twerk. But, that would really, drive people up the wall having to, salt it, salt their driveways, and a lot of people just don't want to deal with it. So I knew somebody, excuse me, whew, that was a smelly one. Whew, damn, sorry to be gross. I knew somebody a while back who just couldn't deal with like living up north anymore, and his parents moved to Florida. So I don't know. It's just something Everyone's a little bit different. Everyone is a little bit different. So it really depends. Some people would take the hot weather, the hot weather and the bugs over the freezing cold, snow and ice. But I don't know. I don't know. My parents were just over there, just coming back. They were doing some dog walking. Big ass cigar. I think it's a personal choice whether you want to live up north or down south. I think really, it's a personal choice. I'm gonna have to pause this video for a sec. Sorry about that. One sec. Hey, just doing a video. I would assume so. And the Misi is still inside.
Okay, she should go out if she wants to. It's a good task.
Mm-hmm.
He had.
And also, Dad.
Yeah.
At some point, you're gonna the barrel has to be lined because
Oh, the regular trash barrel?
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, I'm back. So yeah, I think living up north or down south is really a personal choice because a lot of people wouldn't want to put up that kind of shit. Living down south with the bugs. I mean, I know I certainly wouldn't. I couldn't stand the idea of having like roaches in my house or having like snakes and spiders in my house. But some people wouldn't want to deal with the snow and the ice and the cold. And believe me, it is cold. It is very cold here throughout the year. Like you only get a couple months of really nice weather. Excuse me. You only get a couple months of really nice weather. I would say from May to early September is when you're guaranteed really nice weather. So that's my opinion, like my asshole on living down south versus up north. Next off, I wanted to talk about the Weird Comment series. So that series is really, 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 really coming to a close pretty soon. Not really a close, but more. I am really running out of weird comments to do because I've utilized all my weird comments. So let me just put down my cigar and have a sip of water. So I only have one comment left to do in the Weird Comments series. After that, I have a couple ideas for comments. Comments I never went over. Comments that are older. Because keep in mind that the template I'm working on right now is from comments most recently. And I recently got a negative comment, a troll comment, a dick troll comment recently. So I won't say what it is because I want it to be a surprise. Car going by. I want it to be a surprise. But After that, I have like one more idea for a comment, and then after that, I'm not sure really what I'll do. I may very well have to fill in those weird comments videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with tobacco-related topics, because, or I may have to substitute the check-in videos for the weird comments video and have to cut a video, like cut one video, because I really don't have really any weird comments left to review. I'm not going to end the series because obviously knowing trolls on YouTube, knowing dick trolls on YouTube, I obviously will get more troll comments, and as soon as I do, I will review them. But it really, really, really depends. I mean, lately troll comments on YouTube have been pretty scarce. They've been pretty scarce. So because of how strict YouTube is nowadays with comments, and because people are so nervous about getting account warnings where they warn you for your account, troll comments have been pretty scarce these days. I used to get all sorts of troll comments. Back 10 years ago, I used to get troll comments like 3 to 5 times throughout the week. It was crazy. I mean, it was fucking crazy. But now I only get like maybe 1 or 2 troll comments a month. So maybe a couple a month. It really depends. And they're not really even that funny. Most of the time, the comments I get nowadays are not even really that funny. They're more like, are you smoking weed? Or, for example, are you high? Or, oh, car going by. Or like, nobody cares about your video, whatever, or, this is just dumb. They're not even really that funny anymore. Like, back in the day, I used to get some really funny troll comments. And I'm speaking like 2013, 2014, 2015. I used to get some really, really riot troll comments, really, like, somebody said, this guy looks like he inhales the cock-flavored Black and Mild cigar, or cigarello. Yeah, cock-flavored Black and Mild cigarello. Or, like, talk like a man. Being gay doesn't mean you need to talk like a you-know-what. So, a F word. So, not that F word, but the other F word. So, but I mean, I don't get many troll comments these days. They're so scarce these days. Most of the stuff I get, honestly, on social media these days is spam. It's scams. That's what I get. That's the main thing I get on Instagram and also on Facebook. And I don't do Twitter. I don't do Twitter or Twatter. Yeah, twat. Yeah, twat, twat, twat. So I don't do Instagram or Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I don't do Twitter or like TikTok, that kind of stuff. So I do Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And Instagram, all I really get is scam comments. Scam links. Usually they're links to pornographic websites. And also on like Facebook, I get like catfish. So I guess I could start covering those, but they're really not that funny. It's usually, some, person who's pretending to be like a woman who's trying to catfish you. It's like, or they're trying to get you to click on a link to launch a virus into your computer. So they're really not that funny. So I'm gonna have to think really hard. I really have to think really hard what I want to do next, because honestly, I'm really down to 1 or 2, probably 2. Yeah, I can guarantee you Monday and Wednesday this week I can do a weird comments video. But after that, I'm gonna have to think really, really, really hard, because I've run out of most comments. Keep in mind, to be fair, as I take a sip of water, I mean, keep in mind, to be fair, the Weird Comments videos have been going on for a damn long time. They've been going on. I never intended this series to go on for as long as it has. You know, it started at the end of January of 2016. The end of January of 2016. And now it's, you know, November 2024. I mean, this coming year, this January 2025, will be 9 years since I started the Weird Comments series. 9 fucking years. So, I mean, that's a long ass time. And a lot of people might say, you know, it's time to retire the series. It's time to retire the series. And I know a lot of people are not big fans of the series in general. I've always gotten a mixed response. I've always... Oh, car going by. I've always gotten a mixed response with the Weird Comments videos. A lot of people see it as like a rant about trolls. Oh, car going by. Yeah, I've always gotten a mixed response with Weird Comments videos. A lot of people see it as like a rant about trolls, a rant about how much I hate trolls. And people are like, you know, why are you feeding the trolls? Why are you feeding the trolls? And I don't see it as feeding trolls, personally. I see it as more as criticizing trolls and making fun of trolls. So, you know, feeding trolls, in my opinion, my personal opinion, like my asshole, is when you give in to their negativity and you let them bother you. You know, criticizing, critiquing them is more like a diss track, not a piss track, not a piss track, but a diss track. So, I'm more dissing them, not pissing them, but dissing them. So, but I mean, I'm going to have to think long and hard, because I'm really running out of Weird Comments to do. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, I swallowed a little bit of the smoke. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, time for a sip of water. Excuse me. Whew, that was pretty nasty. I swallowed the smoke. So yeah, I like the Weird Comments series, and I hope it continues for the indefinite future. I mean, I can't believe we're almost at 1,500 comments. 1,500 comments, purely amazing. And I would love to get to that. If somehow, some way I could get to that, it'd be amazing. And I think my ultimate decision is going to be, I'm never going to end the Weird Comments series. Excuse me. I'm never going to end the Weird Comments series. I'm just going to put it in limbo. So anytime I get a troll comment, I'm going to review it. But I mean, for the time being, I have to have some kind of filler in, because honestly, down to like 2 comments, that's just not going to do it. So that's the update in the Weird Comments videos. The update in the Weird Comments videos. So, anyway, smoking my big ass cigar. People walking by. So yeah, I can't believe it's already November 2024. This year flew by. This year has been an interesting year. This has been an interesting year. So, and pretty soon we have the election, which I'm not going to get into politics, that kind of bullshit, you know. But like I said, I already know who I'm voting for. I actually already voted. So I already voted, and we have a series of ballot questions in Massachusetts. We have a series of ballot questions, and I voted on those already. They're actually in Massachusetts. They're trying to legalize psychedelic drugs. So in Massachusetts, they're trying to legalize psychedelics for medicinal purposes. So they're trying to legalize them for medicinal purposes for people. So not for retail sale, but for medicinal purposes. And I voted yes on it because I think under a controlled environment, it is totally fine. So, but I mean, Massachusetts, yeah, I mean, already marijuana is legal on a state level. Medical marijuana is legal. It's decriminalized, and I mean, I don't see any problem with it. So, so yeah, that was one of the ballot questions was legalizing psychedelic drugs for medicinal purposes, and then also one of the ballot questions was about there's a standardized test in Massachusetts called the MCAS test, and talking about getting rid of that. And I voted yes to get rid of that also, because I think that's a good idea also. And then there was one about auditing the legislator. So auditing the legislator. So and I said that's fine also. But yeah. So yeah, we have a series of ballot questions, and yeah, most of them are pretty easy to understand. And then obviously the presidential election, which is coming up pretty soon. That's coming up this Tuesday. So anyway, this cigar is getting pretty hot and mushy. I'm gonna end this video. Have a nice day.